Hello there guys, and welcome to a brand new FIFA series on the channel, and this one's going to be called a FIFA 21 Youth Rebuild. We're going to get into the rules a little bit later on, but we're starting this series off with Arsenal. So just before we go any further into this new series, then if you guys do enjoy it, please leave a like down below on the video. We can hit above 200 likes for this first episode, guys. That would be amazing. And also, the majority of you watching this video right now aren't subscribed to the channel, so if you do end up enjoying today's video, please hit the red subscribe button down below, and also the little bell, that way you'll be notified of when new videos go live onto the channel. And also guys, down below in the description is a link to my Twitter and Instagram page. So let's outline the rules then for this new series. Hope you guys are going to like it, and I'm pretty sure you are when we go through some of these rules now we have set for ourselves with this new series. So the first one here then is to aim to win the Champions League or the Premier League. So like I say, win the Premier League first or win the Champions League first. Either way, is we need to win one of them to make sure we complete this challenge. The next one is all games are going to be simulated, no jumping feature. The only time we're going to be able to play a game is either going to be the game to win the Premier League or either win the Champions League. Next one, only allowed to sign players from the Youth Academy. So obviously that's where we're getting the idea from with the youth rebuild. And also the Youth Academy is only going to be able to be used for the first season. So the first season, we're going to send 3 scouts out, 3 of the best scouts we can get, and we're going to be able to use them for the first season. After that, we have to make do with what we've got. Then the next rule is to sell or release all players 22 or older. So this is where I'm still a little bit unsure on, and well, basically I need your guys' help. So what I've set right now is anyone older than 21, so 22, 23, 24, so on, I will sell or release from the club. Now I need your guys' help. Is 21 a good sort of like age to class a youth player, or would you class, you know, a 23-year-old still a youth player? You have to let me know down below in the comments. You can always go, go ahead and change it for the next episode we do of this. But for this episode, the starter one, I've let 21 be the cap, and anyone older than 21 will be sold or released from the club. And obviously with that, your favourite player or a real life, an in real life academy player could be sold. For example here, say we did Manchester United, I think Marcus Rashford's 23, he would be sold from Manchester United if we did it with Manchester United. So don't be, annoyed or anything if we do go ahead and sell one of your favourite players. Then the last thing to mention is the mods that I am using to allow this to happen is that I can't be sacked from the club, because I've tried this before without the mods and I get sacked every time, because obviously we're left with a squad full of 70, 60, 50 rated players, and more than likely in the first season we will go down into the Championship, and then obviously I would be sacked from Arsenal. So I had to put a mod in so I won't be sacked from the club, and also I can release any amount of players from the club. So I've got a mod in place so I can just basically release everyone 22 or older. So the first thing to do then is let's go ahead and set up our scouting network then for this career mode. So I think the first scout, let's send him to England for 9 months. And I'm going to set this one on defensively minded. That way hopefully we can get some centre backs into the club, as well as obviously left backs and right backs. The next one, okay, this guy looks the best here. Let's go ahead and send him to... Let's send him to France. I don't see why not. And okay, let's go ahead and France here, 9 months, and I can leave him on any. And then the last scout, let's go ahead and hire, okay, this guy looks the best, Saduku. Let's go ahead and send him to, a random country. Let's send him to Ivory Coast. Okay, go ahead here, Ivory Coast. Let's send him there for 9 months. Then we'll go ahead and, like I said, let's take a look at the players we need to release from the club. So I'm going to literally go over here to the squad hub, go over to their age, and then sort it by age. And that way start working our way down here. Release player, you can see that I can release them for £0, and that way I can release as many as I want. Obviously there is a sort of a limit. Obviously you can only release so many till your squad gets pretty small, to be honest. So you can go ahead and remove all these. Like I say, don't be annoyed or anything that we're going ahead and we're releasing players like Aubameyang and Lacazette. Just for this, rebuild, obviously we can't have players this age into the club. And for any players on loan as well, as you can see right now, we've got a few players on loan. We're going to go ahead and recall them from the loan and then release them from the club. So I can't release any more players then at the moment. You can see the squad size too small to release. So now we've set up, the Youth Academy network. Obviously that's set up. We're going to wait a month now. Obviously we do already have some youth players in here. Let's sort it by potential. And okay, any 15-year-olds we're just going to remove, because, it's alright saying get them and then next season train them up. We've only got the Youth Academy for this season, so we need the best players we can get. And I think what we'll do is we'll leave these 3 in here and wait till we get the other scout reports back and then add them to this list. So the next part then is to basically sim ahead now. We don't want to play any games in the Premier League with any players over the age of 21. So what we're going to go ahead and do is just simulate here to the 31st, well pretty much the 1st of August I'm going to do. We're going to simulate here, and then pretty much every player we get from this first youth report we're going to go ahead and sign, because we need to release all these players, like I say, 21 and over. So I need to do that, I need to add players to the squad. So let's go ahead and just sim this extra day here, and then there we go. So we should have now 3 scout reports back now, and we do. Let's go ahead and take a look at them all. So we're going to pretty much, you know, sign all of these guys up, obviously apart from the ones that are 15. Just be able to release some players from the club, because I need to release them all. I can't start, I should have added that as one of the rules, I can't start the Premier League season with any players over the age of 21. Put it that way. So again, a lot of 15-year-olds in here, and you know, it's just annoying you can't promote them, of course. So let's go into this next one here, and again, 15-year-old. Okay, we can sign all these guys up. This is looking great here. I'm just hoping we don't have too many more players to release. And if anything, I can always leave the players that are out on loan for now, and then obviously I can always release them at the start of the next season. So let's go ahead here to development age and go down. So we've got we've got quite a few players to release here. Maitland-Niles. Obviously, I wish I didn't have to get rid of him, but we're going to have to. So we've got all these players here to release. And, okay, let's just double check and see how many players that is. And, okay, so, again, sort it by age. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, 12. Take away the 3 that are on, or 4 that are on loan. So, that's 8 players we've got to release. Like I say, the players on loan, they're not going to play for us this season anyway. So, we can leave them on loan and release them next season. So 8 players we need. Oh yeah, we've definitely got 8 players in here, haven't we? So I'm going to go ahead and sort through these players now, and then catch up with you guys when we got the best ones. So I've gone ahead then and promoted the players that I think are pretty useful to the squad for now. Like I say, we've got plenty more scout reports to go through the start of this first season, and then we can start releasing some of these players that we don't want. But the problem we're having right now is I don't have a goalkeeper at the club. I've currently got a centre midfielder in the goalkeeper position, but like I say, as long as we can get through the first couple of games, and then hopefully we get a goalkeeper in some of these scout reports. Let's go ahead now and release the last couple of players that we need to release. So again, sort it by age. Pepe has got to go. Release. Okay, Bellerin. And then there we go. Like I say, I'm hoping you guys are liking the sound of this new series so far. Like I say, it's something new. I'm not too sure what clips to keep in so far. Okay, so BIOS, I can leave that as it is just for a second. Release. Okay, next. Right, okay, we're sorted now. So BIOS, let's terminate his loan. Right, there we go. All these players are under the age, well, they're either 21 or under. Guendouzi is currently out on loan. I'm going to recall him because I want to use him. This guy as well. I might recall him, actually. Let's recall him. Anyone else? Medley, sorry. Let's recall him from loan. Anyone else? Okay, obviously we can't use these guys, but they're out on loan, so I'm going to leave them on loan. But I'm pretty happy with the team we've got. Saliba, I'm going to recall him from loan as well. Get him into the team. Anyone else? Just anyone else while we're looking at it. And I think that is going to be it for now. We're going to leave it as it is. Maybe Smith, I might just recall him as well. We'll leave that as that, and then we'll see where we are from there. So here is then how the team looks after the first couple of Youth Academy reports. Like I say, we've only had 3 so far. We just released all the players 22 or older, and here is the team though that we are left with. A few, you know, Arsenal players are in here, but obviously we do, other teams still have a lot of players 22 and older, and other teams might not, you know, so it can vary from team to team. But like I say, I'm just starting this off with Arsenal. So like I say, we've got no actual youth players in here at the moment. Obviously we don't have a goalkeeper, so we are looking for a goalkeeper. But for example, you never know. We could have a youth player that, you know, we do sign, which is higher than 62 rated, and Medley then goes down to the bench, for example. Or we have a youth player that comes in and is higher than Smith, and so on and so forth, and right back. You know, so these youth players are going to get a chance in this first team. But like I say, it's mainly aimed around, you know, the team that we have chosen. So Arsenal and their youth players in this year's FIFA. And like I said, we've got the development plans as well that we can put in place to increase their overall. So here we are then, simming our first month in this career mode, and a 5-1 defeat there to Newcastle, and 6-3 in that game against Liverpool. Some mad results at the moment to start this off. But like I say, most likely it'll be a miracle if we don't go down to the Championship. Obviously not having a goalkeeper in goal at the moment doesn't help, and we'll have a look here at the scout reports. But like I say, having a goalkeeper in doesn't help at the moment. And here we go. Okay, so any 15-year-olds, we can sort of be a little bit picky right now. Obviously, we do need a goalkeeper, and okay, everyone is 15. Why is everyone 15 in this scout report? What? No way. Okay, Freddie Jennings is not 15, but he's only worth 200,000. So, like I said, we're going to have 12, well, yeah, pretty much 12 scout reports. Maybe not 12, but we're going to have quite, oh, there you go. There we go. 72 to 94. Lee Long from France. We're going to go ahead and take him. But we can start to be a little bit picky and hopefully start picking players that are only worth over $1 million as their value. So this couldn't have worked out any better than that player we just seen then, valued at 1.8 million, is actually a goalkeeper. Potential between 72 and 94, and I don't know how that happened. Like, I never normally get that such good luck in the Youth Academy. So let's go ahead and slot him in straight away, and he's the only goalkeeper we have at the club. So like I say, if he does get injured, we are going to be in quite a bit of trouble. So let's add Balogun back to the bench, and there we go. The team's looking a lot better now, but like I said, that's just our first scout report. And that's only one player that we've got worth over £1 million so far. So let's take a look at the next one. So here is then our next lot of scout reports here. And a lot of people aged 15 here. And okay, so no one really jumping out at me in this scout. Okay, 850,000, we'll take him. Just because we're not getting many players through at the moment worth over £1 million. And okay, let's check this next lot. French player just worked out for us last time. Not maybe going to work out for us this time. And this guy... no, he isn't either. Let's take the last one here, which I think is Ivory Coast, and it is. Okay, this guy looks decent, but his value isn't the best. Okay, let's just keep rejecting the 600k. I might have took that, to be fair. And no one decent in that scout report. Okay, let's go ahead and simulate once again. I'll quickly show you guys where we are in the league table. And okay, it's not looking great, I don't think. I don't think we won a game. And yeah, we haven't won a game as of yet. 7 games played, 1 draw, 6 losses on 1 point. So if we take a look at the last month then, October, we got a win there away from home, I think, to Nice. And then you can see we've got the win against Chelsea 3-2. And then we got a win against Southampton, a 1-0 win there. So it's not looking too bad. Let's take a look next now at the Youth Academy reports here. Let's take a look. Owen Terry, he looks good and he is good, but he's 15. Very annoying, but we're going to go ahead and sign him anyway. I did say we weren't going to sign any 15-year-olds, but... we haven't had any sort of luck here in these scout reports so far. The next one, no, once again. Okay, this guy maybe, no, okay. 600k again. I'm rushing it a little bit. I don't know why, because I could have took him at 600k. The next one here, and okay, no one. Okay, yeah, it's not looking good so far, is it? The start of this, no one is really jumping out at me so far. I've had 2 players worth over $1 million. And one of them is 15 years of age. Okay then, so we do have this guy here, Hugh Clark. I must have got him in one of the last scout reports. I don't even remember signing him. But let's go ahead and promote him. And like I say, this guy does look good there. Owen Terry, CDM / centre mid, potential between 83 and 94. And I'm thinking, let's go ahead and put a development plan on him pretty quickly. Let's just go and put defensive midfielder on just to start things off. And maybe by next season, he might have gone up by 5 or 6 overalls. We might be able to start using him. So here we go then, we've had our next lot of scout reports here. You can see, obviously, we've still got Terry in here, but here are the new 3 players that we've got. We've got Nathan Chadwick, we've got Didier, I don't know want to pronounce that last name, but here we go, Hector Mary as well. So we're going to go ahead and promote these guys to the first team. I think one of them, I think it was this guy that was worth over $1 million, the others weren't, but he doesn't look too bad, does he? Centre attacking mid, centre forward, age 16, and he's 63 overall already. So after the last few additions then from the Youth Academy, I've gone ahead and updated the starting 11 and the bench. I've gone ahead and put Willock now in the first team. And you can see here, we've got pretty much an Arsenal starting 11, which is nice, apart from the goalkeeper, of course. Which is nice, but again, I would like to see some more Youth Academy players in there. And I've got a few on the bench here. We've got Mary, who we've just signed 63 rating already. We've got this guy as well, 66 rating. And a few others that have made the bench as well. So I'm going to give you guys then a quick update how we are halfway through the season. We're in January now, the 2nd of January to be precise. And like you can see, a few players have gone up in overall. Nothing amazing so far. I could possibly do, we've put a development plan there on Willock for a centre mid role because he's getting a -5 at the moment. Obviously I could put Smith in there, but I'd rather have Willock because he is a higher overall. I'm going to show you guys the league table for the Premier League. It's not looking too great, I'm just going to be honest. You can see they're in 19th place. 3 wins, 4 draws and 14 losses so far. We're only 2 points though behind Leeds, who are just outside the relegation zone there. And we haven't really signed anyone else in terms of Youth Academy talent so far. You can see we've still got I've still got Owen Terry, obviously 15. I signed this guy, but he's 15 as well. So I've got to wait for them too. But let's crack on now with the second half of the season. So there we go then, guys. Owen Terry is now 16 years of age and can actually join the first team. So let's go ahead and promote him. The same for this guy as well. And now this guy did pick up, but now we've got Owen Terry. And okay, well, he has got decent potential. You know what? Let's promote him. There's no harm in promoting him. And you can see there, guys, our place in the league table at the moment. We're currently in March. We've not got long left to try and hopefully stay up this season. Leeds only 2 points ahead of us. But let's go down now and take a look at the team. And you think a team like this, full of these overalls, they would stay up, but it is proving difficult for us. Let's go ahead and put Owen Terry on the bench. I'm going to take Smith off, by the way. I'm just going to take Smith off, put Terry on, even though Terry is a lower overall. I just think, you know, how old Smith? 20 now. Terry's just turned 16. He's only 3 overalls lower than him. And then the other guy we just promoted, this guy, who should we put him on for? And we don't really need 3. Okay, I want to keep Cho, I want to keep Mary, I want to keep them all on there, really. Unfortunately, he's going to have to stay on the bench at the reserves for now. But this is how the team is looking still. We've still got a couple of more months, a couple of more games to play before we do end this first season. So we've got one final game then for this first season, and it's against Sheffield United. We're currently on 32 points. And that's the amount of points that we could go up to if we do manage to come away with the win in this game. We need the win. And if we don't win, obviously we'll go down to the Championship. It's not the end of the world, because we can always bounce back next season. And like I said, let's go ahead and quick sim this. We are away from home. Okay, let's go ahead. Are we going to get the win in this? And we are going to get the win. The 2-0 win. We've got an injury there as well. Willock scoring the first goal and Balogun scoring the second goal. Let's take a look what that means for the league table now. Could we stay up this season with that win? And okay, we're in 17th place and we are going to stay up. We are going to stay up for this first season. I'm very surprised. And the reason why I say that is because when I tested this, every season I went down. Every time, I tried this from season 1. I tried it twice with Arsenal, once with Everton. And I went down to the Championship every time in the first season. But somehow, we've managed to come out and stay up in the Premier League for the first season. So here you can see then, to no surprise, Eddie Nketiah is the top goal scorer for the club in all competitions. 16 goals for him. Now in terms of assists, you can see there Reece Nelson on 10 assists in all competitions. So let's get started with the second season. Oh, in fact, sorry, just before we do get started with the second season, I forgot to show you guys who won the Premier League, and that was Liverpool on exactly 100 points, went the whole season unbeaten, 31 wins and 7 draws. Quickly show you guys, well, the Community Shield, even though we lost 3-2 to Liverpool, not a bad game to be fair, and then the FA Cup ended up going to Liverpool. The Carabao Cup ended up going to Liverpool once again, okay. Champions League, and okay, Real Madrid beat Juventus 2-0 in the final. Then the Europa League, you can see there, Borussia Mönchengladbach winning 2-1 against Villarreal. And there's no other sort of competitions there. I'll quickly show you guys, I don't think we made out the group. No, we didn't even make it out the group in the Europa League. So here we go then, we're into the second season, and like I mentioned at the start of the career mode, let's remove any other of the players that are over the age, obviously. And let's take a look down here. I think there was a few, and there was here. Let's go ahead and release these straight away. And I'm pretty certain, okay, I think that was the last one. Okay, maybe, okay, there's this guy here. Guendouzi was 21 when we started the career mode. So there we go, that's every player now removed. Like I said, he didn't play at all last season because he was out on loan. So let's go ahead and get stuck in to this second season. So here we are then, halfway through the second season. Let's take a look where we are in the Premier League, and I'll also show you guys the first team as well. So let's go ahead. Premier League, we're currently in the relegation zone once again, but we're not as bad as we was last season. We're on 16 points right now, but again, we're in the relegation zone. This team I'm about to show you should be out of the relegation zone. I don't know what is going on. And you can see, look, you know, plenty of 80 rated players there. Saliba 80 rated, Saka 82, Martinelli and Nketiah. Guendouzi 82 rated. The goalkeeper's now 71 rated, so we're definitely getting better. And I really thought this season we could push on and maybe finish near 10th place. Not exactly 10th place, but near 10th place. But, you know, still looks like there's a long way to go. So here we are then at the end of the second season, and it's happened. We are going to get relegated down to the Championship. And again, I just can't believe it. I'll quickly show you guys the team. And why we're getting relegated, well, obviously we've not won enough games, but why we're getting relegated with this team? Fair enough, the goalkeeper's only 73 rated. But, you know, we've got some great outfield players here. We've got Saka 84, Martinelli 82, Nketiah, you know, Guendouzi. Obviously, Owen Terry does let us down a little bit there, but still, I just don't get why we're getting relegated. But it is what it is. We're going to go down. I'm pretty certain we'll come straight back up, and hopefully we can start aiming towards the top of the Premier League table. So before we do go into the second season then, you can see Spurs are going to be winning the Premier League for this season. Let's take a look down now at the FA Cup. Who ended up winning that? And that was Manchester United 4-3 on penalties. The Carabao Cup does go to Liverpool once again against Birmingham City, who made it into the final. Champions League goes to PSG 5-4 on penalties. And then the Europa League ends up going to AC Milan. Okay, not too bad. Let's take a look at our top scorers and top assister in all competitions for this season. So in terms of goals, top scorer, surprise, surprise, was Nketiah on 11 goals. And in terms of assist this season was Reece Nelson, who I think got it last season as well, or it might have been Martinelli. I think it was Reece Nelson. He got it on 5 assists. Here is then how the team is looking for the start of the third season in the Championship. Again, I'm still a little bit annoyed about that, but it is what it is. I've gone ahead and put Mary in the centre attacking mid role just because Willock, I don't know what happened. I must have missed a few emails, but he ends up submitting a transfer request and he wants to leave the club. So again, I don't really want to play him in case, you know, well, not in case, but because he wants to leave. So there's no point in really playing him, I'm going to be honest. And Smith Rowe, I've played him now for what, 2 seasons, hasn't really grown too much. And you can see Mary there, we know he was worth over $1 million in the youth academy. So he's in the team now along with Terry. And no, not really anyone else apart from the goalkeeper from the youth academy. But again, if they keep improving, they might end up replacing a few of these Arsenal players. So I've just gone ahead then and simmed to January the 1st. Let's take a look where we are in the league. And you can see we're in first place on 61 points. 2 points ahead of second place Blackburn Rovers, who came down with us last season, and Nottingham Forest from the Premier League. Let's take a look at the team and see how we're doing in terms of overalls. So last time I checked, Nketiah has gone up by 1. Martinelli's gone up as well. Saka now 86 overall. Guendouzi now 85. So the team is definitely improving. Willock and Smith Rowe both going up to 80, which is nice to see. Obviously, it could probably do with getting a few of these lads out on loan, to be honest, because just being sat in the reserves, they're not really going to improve. But anyway, let's move on and let's get to the end of this third season. So here we are then at the end of the third season. We're in May. Let's take a look where we are in the league table. And as expected, we are at the top of the table on 108 points, 7 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. So we don't need to worry then about the playoffs or anything like that. Let's take a look then. Who won? Oh, can we check the Premier League? We can check the Premier League, can't we, in a second? The FA Cup, who ended up winning that? And that's still to be played as of yet. Okay, Carabao Cup. And, okay, Man United won that. Have they won that twice in a row now? I think they might have. And okay, so some of these competitions still haven't been played. While we're here, we'll take a look at the squad. And Nketiah now 84 rated. I'm pretty certain as well his finishing is quite high. His finishing here, he's got 91 finishing, so that's pretty mental at the minute. Martinelli 86 rated, Saka 88. Salaba's out injured, but he's 85. Guendouzi 87, and then Lilong, which is 77 rated now. So a lot of these players are starting to improve. Terry 70 rated, Mary still only 68 rated. So I think for next season, I might put Smith Rowe back in that centre attacking mid role, because obviously going back into the Prem, we need all the best players we can in these positions. So like I said, let's go ahead and sim now the rest of the season and let's take a look at who won the Champions League and so on. So I've simulated the rest then. Let's take a quick look now at the Premier League then. So I'm guessing Liverpool, and it was Liverpool, 90 points this time and 2 losses this season. Okay, I could have just gone to the Champions League from there, but never mind. The FA Cup, the winners of that was Spurs, 5-4 on penalties. A lot of penalties in these games. The Champions League, Liverpool winning it 2-1 in the final against Chelsea. And then the Europa League to finish it off, and it was, okay, Olympic Lyon, 1-0 there against Frankfurt. Okay, not bad, not bad. Who was the top goal scorer for us this season? Then it's got to be Nketiah, hasn't it? And it was, oh, okay, maybe not. And Nketiah and Martinelli both on 28 goals this season. And Martinelli, what a player he looks. 21 years of age, 86 overall. And I think he was the top assister as well, and he was on 16 assists. What a season Martinelli had. Here we are then at the start of Season 4. I'm just hoping now in this season we can start working our way up this Premier League table once and for all. Here is the Premier League table. And like I said, just hope we don't end up in the relegation zone once again. Obviously, since going through into the next season, a few players have gone up in overall. Guendouzi 87 now, Nketiah 85 now, Saka 88. So, like I say, I think, right, I'm looking at the team. Obviously we can't sign anyone, but if the goalkeeper got to an 80 this season, that wouldn't be too bad. If Terry got to possibly, there's no one else we can really put there in that position. you know, Terry is now the best player. Obviously, Willock 82 rated, but he's not a CDM. But I think, you know, if Terry got to a high overall, along with the goalkeeper and then possibly the centre-back here, Medley, obviously, without, you know, common sense tells me that we'd finish higher in the Premier League. So I think this is going to be a big season for us. Let's go ahead and sim it now and see where we are in January. So things might be looking up for us here then. You can see Bayern have offered us a job there as obviously the manager on 131,000 a week. Let's take a look where we are in the league table. And we are currently in 9th place. Okay, so we're definitely moving up the table now. 8 wins, 7 draws, 6 losses so far, and that is so refreshing to see in the Premier League. The current leaders are Manchester City on 60 points. The squad, oh, okay, Nketiah 87 rated now. Okay, we're starting to get some better overalls now. Willock 83 rated. I'm going to double check Willock in a minute because his contract, he wanted to leave not too long ago, and yet he's still at the club. Now, what I mean by that is I've not renewed his contract because I wasn't able to, so he's still at the club. Guendouzi there, 89. Saliba, 87. Saka, 90. The goalkeeper's 81 rated. 81 rated already halfway through the season. And he's gone up by 3 overalls already. Saka's gone up by 2. So anyway, let's go down and check Willock while we're here. And, okay, look, see, submitted a transfer request. I cannot renew his contract. How long does he have left at the club? And he's still got 2 years and 6 months, so he might just last till the end of this. Obviously, I need to take a look at these contracts as well. They're going out. A few players need... Okay, just the one player needs renewing. This guy was worth $1 million as well. Like I said, I should have got him out on loan, but I haven't. But anyway, let's go through now and let's sim to the rest of the season. Here we are then, guys. June the 1st, 2024. Let's take a look where we finished. Finished in 8th place. Okay, that's not bad, considering, you know, 2 seasons ago we were getting relegated from the Premier League. We're now back, and we're finishing in 8th place, top half of the table, 15 wins, 11 draws, and 12 losses on 56 points. Hopefully we can build on this next season. League winners were Manchester City on 94 points. Let's take a look now. FA Cup, and that goes to Leicester City, a 2-0 win. Carabao Cup, that goes to Everton, 5-4 on penalties against Liverpool in the derby. Okay. Champions League, who's the winner of that? Real Madrid. 1-0 win against Liverpool. Liverpool not having the best of luck this season. And in the Europa League, that goes to Leicester City. Okay, not bad. Let's take a look now at the squad. And, okay, Smith Rowe now 84 rated. We're starting to see some very good overalls in this side now to start. I think, are we in season 4? I can't remember what season we're in anymore. Nelson 82, goalkeeper's now 83. I think next season we can definitely push for the top 6 and start getting in them, you know, places for the Champions League. But yeah, let's take a look now who was the top goal scorer for the club, and we'll go over here now. Stats, top goals is going to go to Nketiah. Martinelli only 2 behind you, but Nketiah 19 goals this season. Now in terms of assists, that goes to Martinelli, of course. And I think he's been a top assister every season, hasn't he? But now, oh no, Reece Nelson was for the first 2 seasons, and then Martinelli's now popped up in these last 2 seasons with 17 goals and 11 assists this season. Here we are then at the start of Season 5. I'm pretty certain we're on Season 5 now. Here's the squad. And again, some of the players have gone up now. Nketiah 88, Guendouzi 91, the goalkeeper's now 84. And just looking like a very good squad at the moment. The right back position, who else have we got? We've got Clark here, he's 70 rated. I might try and see and get him some game time because he might improve in overall just a little bit faster, but we'll see. Willock 83 rated, Smith Rowe 84 rated. Because I think as well this season, I think every second season, I always go ahead and change the development plans around, which I will go ahead and do. Any players on the end of their contract that we need to sort out? And okay, no, we're alright for contracts this season. Snap's not too bad. Martinelli there worth 147 million. He's worth a lot of money. So is Nketiah, to be fair. And Guendouzi and Saka, as to be expected, to be honest, as to be expected. So let's go ahead now, and again, like we do, the objectives this season for the Premier League are to finish in a Europa League spot, which is obviously where we started with Arsenal. So hopefully we can achieve that this season. Let's go ahead and simulate on. Here we are then, once again, January the 1st, this time 2025. Let's take a look how we're getting on in the Premier League. And okay, not a great start this season. 12th place, 7 wins, 3 draws and 10 losses on 24 points. I don't get how we had such a good season last season, yet this one we've not got off to the best start, have we? 20 games played and we're in 12th place. I don't think we've got anything abnormal going on. Okay, Nelson is currently injured. I don't know how long he's been injured for. That could be a big factor for us. But the team is looking alright. Willock is very unhappy at the moment. Don't know why that could possibly be. Maybe no game time, I'm not too sure. But yeah, okay, let's check the goal scorers out. And the goalkeeper's now 86 rated. So the team's getting better. Just form hasn't really been on point this season. Let's go down now to goals. And okay, goals has been a problem. And Nketiah only 6. Martinelli behind him on 5. And I think Martinelli's the top assister as well there on 4. Yeah, he is going to be the top assister. So again, not a great start to the season. And Nketiah now 88 rated. Let's have a see if we can get a better end to the season. Here we are then at the end of this season, June 2025. Let's take a look where we finished. And okay, 7th place. Very similar to last season. 19 wins, 5 draws, 14 losses this season. Brighton just finishing above us. Liverpool being league leaders there, 91 points. 10 points ahead of Manchester City. Looks a little bit disappointing, but we have finished a lot better the second half of the season. The FA Cup ends up going to Chelsea, and we actually made the semi-finals of the FA Cup, unfortunately losing to Chelsea. Watford there in the semi-finals as well. The Carabao Cup ends up going to Southampton, 5-4, beating Man City. Okay, the Champions League goes to Atletico Madrid, a 2-1 win over Inter Milan. And then the Europa League ends up going to Real Madrid. Okay, it sounded pretty normal at first, but then I've noticed actually Europa League and then Real Madrid have won 2-1 in that competition. Let's take a look at the squad and see some of the overalls now as well. Nketiah 89, Smith Rowe 85. Guendouzi's a 92 overall now. Saliba 90 rated, Saka 91, Martinelli 92, Leylong 88 overall. So very strong starting 11 now. Just wish Terry and Medley was just a little bit higher in overall. I don't think Nelson's going to get any higher. He's 25 now. I think he's pretty much stuck there at 82. But that's not a bad overall to reach, don't get me wrong. He's still got Willock there. 84 overall as well. So let's take a look at the top scorers before we do move on into the next season. And hopefully next season will be the second to last season. But here, top goal scorer is Nketiah on 20 goals. And the top assister this season was Smith Rowe on 13. So Martinelli, not the top assister for the first time in quite a long time. But again, he still had a good season with 15 goals and 7 assists. So here we are then into hopefully the second to last season. I've got a feeling this season we might just clinch top 4. Or even win the Premier League. That'll be very special if we do go on and win it. You can see then no one's really improved in overall. I think Saka's gone up to a 92 and the goalkeeper's 88. I'm not too sure, even though it just happened a few minutes ago. I can't remember if anyone's gone up in overall. But like I said, let's take a look at the Premier League table. And I've got a feeling this season might just be the season. Obviously, we've got a few weak links in the team with Terry and the right back. And possibly the centre back as well. Obviously not Saliba, the other centre back, Medley. But I've got a good feeling we could finish top 4 this season. I'm hoping so. Anyway, I really am hoping so. Let's take a look at the contracts whilst we're here as well. And there's a few players in the last year. And yeah, there's quite a lot of players here in the last year. I'm going to go ahead and renew these and get cracking on and simulate through to January. So here we are then, guys, January the 1st, 2026. Now, stupid me, I'm new to the mic when I actually recorded this. And obviously the rest of the video is actually live comm, but for this bit, for some reason my mic was muted and I'm having to now talk over the top of it. But it doesn't matter because you can see here we are now first halfway through this season. 21 games played on 50 points. And most importantly, we're 5 points now ahead of Chelsea, who are in second place, which is quite big. And then 6 points ahead of Spurs in third place. Just weird how we had such a big turnaround from last season. I know last season wasn't too bad of a season, but you know, considering this season we've now jumped up quite a lot. There's some of the team's overalls. Martinelli now 93 rated, Saka 92, the goalkeeper I think I can see from here is 90, and then Saliba 90 as well. So it's just impressive how these players have grown so much. And like I say, with this career mode, obviously Arsenal have got a lot of youth players. So, you know, when I do another team, for example, let's just say, for example, Spurs, they might not have loads of players 21 and under. So the youth academy would have to rely on that a lot more. You can see just before there as well, Smith Rowe wanted to leave, and also, who was the other player? Willock, both wanted to leave for some reason. Don't know why, but luckily, this season, I think we're going to win the Premier League. I hope so. And if we do, it doesn't matter if they're going to leave anyway. But you can see there, Nketiah, top goal scorer, and Saka is currently leading in assists. He's not had a bad season so far at left back. 7 goals and 7 assists to his name. But let's go ahead now and sim to the end of the season. So here we are then in May 2026. I'm hoping that we did end up winning the Premier League. But you can see there we got a draw to Watford 1-1. We also lost to Spurs 2-1. Well, we beat Liverpool 2-1, fair enough, but I'm just hoping we haven't dropped too many points. Let's go ahead and check then where we finished. We actually won the Premier League. Okay, not bad. 89 points, 3 points ahead of second and third place. We've got 28 wins, 5 draws and 5 losses this season on 89 points. We've finally done it. We finally won the Premier League. I'm so happy. Just considering we had to go down to the Championship, you know, come all the way back up. We've now finally completed a challenge and won the Premier League. So let's go ahead then and wrap up this first episode, which I feel like I've been recording for ages. But let's go ahead here. In FA Cup, Spurs ended up winning 2-1 against Leicester City. The Carabao Cup, okay, we ended up winning 3-1 against Liverpool. In the semi-finals, we beat Leicester 3-1 over the 2 legs. Liverpool beating Spurs 3-1 over the 2 legs. Let's have a see. The Champions League goes to Barcelona, beating Man City in the final. Okay, the Europa League goes to Manchester United, beating Inter Milan at 5-4 on penalties. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. So normally I would go ahead and obviously play. The wage budget zeroed. Okay, that's a bit odd. That's a bit odd. I haven't bought anyone. But anyway, let's go ahead and check the team. Like I was just about to mention, I would normally play. Well, the idea was to play the final game and see us lift either the Champions League trophy or the Premier League trophy. But I feel like this episode has gone on for so long and I don't know how long the video is going to be, so on and so forth. So I'm going to leave it for today's episode, and obviously once I edit this and edit it down, we might, you know, find out I had more time than what have you. But anyway, here is the finished team. So Nketiah 89 rated, Smith Rowe 88 rated. Obviously we had Willock as well, who ended up reaching 85 overall. Nelson 83, Martinelli 93. What a player he looks like. We got Saka there 92. We got this youth academy player here, Terry, Owen Terry, only reached 76, but he didn't play the entire time, did he? Let's be honest. Obviously Willock was there in his place for I think 2 seasons. Guendouzi 93, Salabet 91, a Medley 77. Then we got the right back here at 80. But one youth academy player who did not surprise us because it was to be expected. But he reached 91 overall, and he's got a 5-star weak foot as well. Not a bad player overall, let's be honest, from France. Here's a quick look at the bench. Like I say, I think in hindsight, and I think if I was to do this again, I would try and loan out a few more of these players and try and get them some game time, because it might help speed up the process, you never know. But that is what the bench ends up looking like. So we've seen the trophies, we've seen the team. Let's take a look at the top goal scorer here then for this final season, winning the Premier League, and it goes to Martinelli. 26 goals for him, and he played pretty much in every game bar I think 2 there, because you can see Guendouzi has 52 games played, Martinelli has 50, so 26 goals for him. And the top assister was Emile Smith Rowe on 12 assists. So here's a quick look then at the career summary. You can see that we've got 2 league titles, obviously winning the Championship and then the Premier League. Domestic Cup, we've got 1, which was just winning. I think it was the Carabao Cup we just won, or the FA Cup, obviously one of the 2. Our biggest win was a 4-0 win to Hull City, and our biggest defeat was a 5-0 defeat to West Ham. And you can see that record transfer fee, 0, because we signed no one. We played 304 games, 140 wins, 56 draws, and 108 losses. What a season. And there you go, that is obviously this season. We've got plenty of seasons there to go through, but I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this first episode. Like I said, I don't really know how it's going to come out because it's the first one. I've not edited it up yet, never done anything like this before. What the main aim of it was to take every Arsenal player under the age of 20 or 21 and under, put them into a team, and then, you know, not sign anyone else apart from youth academy players, and see if we can go ahead in a few seasons time and win the Premier League or the Champions League, which we've done. We've gone ahead and won the Premier League. Let me know down below, guys, which other team you'd like to see us do in the next episode of this. Maybe Man United, Chelsea, or Man City, or you never know, Aston Villa. We could go in order of the Premier League in alphabetical order. Let me know down below. But if you guys enjoyed this episode, leave a like on the video, hit the subscribe button if you are new, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.